Chapter 268. An invitation from the Sky Demon Cult. When did I had any designs on her? I just feel a little emotional that the future ruler of a country actually has to rely on marriage to maintain the strength of the country. Xuan Buzheng deny. Her. If she marries Lei Genshan, she probably won't have the chance to be the empress anymore. He Changqing shook his head. Unless the Wine Nation submits to the Thunder Kingdom, or the empress of a country will marry an outsider. Stop. Why are you guys talking about this? Let's talk about how I can get first place. Song Shi interrupted him and looked at his token. It would have been fine if it wasn't the second place, but it just had to be here. If I don't do something, I feel that something is amiss. Xuan Buzheng was stunned. You want to fight for first place? Are you kidding? Since the ancient times, no one has been able to get first place by themselves. Even if you want to, you have to get at least 200 points and defeat 50 to 60 people on average. He Changqing shook his head. I think you should stop for a while. Don't you realize that you've already offended too many people? I know. Song Shi looked at the three of them and said playfully. There's no need to make a move. Everyone, give me some points. I should be able to surpass the Thunder Kingdom. Xuan Buzheng widened his eyes. You're targeting us. Brother Song, we're not close enough to give you points, right? He Changqing was caught between laughter and tears. This guy actually had the cheek to ask. Feng Wu didn't say anything. It was hard to tell if she was going to say no or agree. In just suggesting that if you're interested, you can consider cooperating. Song Shi shrugged. You've seen my ability. Working with me is better than going against me. He Changqing frowned. We all have missions when we come in. For example, my goal is to be in the top 3. Although my old man didn't tell me to enter the top 3, he wants me stay in the top 5. Xuan Buzheng was regretful, but he still had some leeway. Why don't we wait until the last day? If we can keep our position, it'll give you the extra points. How about it? Feng Wu smiled. Young Master Song, you're different from most people. However, the Thunder Kingdom will continue to earn points. We don't have many points left, and we can't guarantee that you'll get first place. Song Shi thought for a moment and agreed. No matter what game it was, there would definitely be a breakthrough stage in the last few days. He had caused a huge mess today, but there might be other huge battles tomorrow. Let's talk about it on the last day. He deliberately glanced at the Sand Country cultivators. This dynasty advocated Buddhism. From the royal family to ordinary sects, they basically cultivated Buddhism. Buddhist cultivators cultivated their hearts and minds, but many people were still nervous when Song Shi stared at them. Amitabha. Venerable Sir's head is covered in bloodlight. Don't kill anymore. Otherwise, you will have a deep inner demon in the future and have no fate with the path to immortality. The Sand Country's successor spoke righteously, that the truth was that he did not want to fight with Song Shi. Song Shi pursed his lips and looked disdainful. You only know how to spout nonsense. Brother Song, don't underestimate them. These Buddhist cultivators are not simple. It's better not to provoke them, if possible. Xuan Buzheng reminded. How are they not simple? Song Shi deliberately asked more questions. There was once a demon emperor who was arrogant enough to cause trouble in Sand Country. In the end, he became the guardian King Kong of Sand Country's Great Light Temple. He Changqing teased. They happen to lack one guard at their gate now. You can go and experience it. Song Shi couldn't help but think of the Buddha statue that tried to appear in his mental world. When the descendant of Sand Country spoke, it was a little like he wanted to brainwash him, so he was secretly afraid. These guys seemed to be able to control the thoughts of the crowd controllers like him. This kind of spiritual crowd control was even more terrifying than physical crowd control. He did not know if Ragnarok would be effective. I can try to fight them when I have time. Song Shi retracted his gaze and dispersed his clone, looking at Liu Youayu and the rest. The latter had been very quiet and was not as nosy as before. When she sensed Song Shi's gaze, she smiled shyly. Luo Kai and the others were even more reserved. There was an obvious distance between them. It was mainly because Song Shi was too strong that they felt a little uncomfortable. Chen Yiling nodded at Song Shi. Comparatively speaking, she was the calmest. It was probably because she cultivated the sword Da and her mind was more determined than ordinary people. From now on, I'm no longer a member of the Heavenly Ghost Sect. Your Heavenly Ghost Sect has no right to keep an expert like me. My matters in the future have nothing to do with you. Sanchi suddenly spoke and cut ties with the Heavenly Ghost sect in front of everyone. A few people were rejoicing in his misfortune, some of their gazes shifting. It was unknown what they were thinking. Hearing Sanchi's words, Lu Youai's smile froze. Who allowed you to leave the sect? My father hasn't agreed yet. I don't need your permission to leave. Sanchi shook his head. Just take care of yourself. Lu Youai's eyes turned red. She felt especially aggrieved, and a ball of mist quickly appeared. Junior sister, don't say any more. In this situation, I can't wait for him to leave the sect. Luo Kai reminded her secretly. Lu Youai gritted her teeth. Blood-robed old ghost. You took so many things from my Heavenly Ghost sect. You can't leave so casually. You can make an offer. Sanchi did not turn hostile. In fact, the main reason why he announced his separation here was because he did not want Lu Youai and the others to be implicated. Compared to the demon slayers that he had joined briefly back then, his impression of the Heavenly Ghost sect was generally not bad. This was because the Heavenly Ghost sect did not make use of him, and even allowed him to obtain a lot of resources. Lu Youai stared at Sanchi. I want you to save my father and the survivors of the Heavenly Ghost sect. That's too broad. Who knows how many of you there are? I only agreed to help you with one thing. There should be a time, place, and content limit. Sanchi did not foolishly agree. Otherwise, he did not know when such a promise would end. Okay, that's what you said. Lu Youai was secretly happy. Sanchi was so powerful, he should be able to help them. At this moment, a group of more than 10 people flew over. All of them were wearing black robes that covered most of their faces. Their auras were unholy, and it was obvious that they were not good people. Mr. Blood Robes, do you need points? We can give them to you. The leader had a curvaceous figure, snow-white skin, and a charming appearance. Her eyes were deep, and she wore a black veil. She said in a charming voice, we can give you all our points. Sanchi recognized these people. Are you from the Sky Demon cult? That's right, I can be considered their crown princess. You can call me Meru. We admire your strength and are willing to give you all the 180 points we've accumulated. At that time, you will only need to earn a little more and you'll have a chance to win the championship. The heavenly demonic woman's eyes were filled with affection and a smile. She seemed like a siren as she spoke, making people unable to look away. Conditions. Sanchi was tempted, but he knew that this could not be for free. Join our Sky Demon cult. The heavenly demoness bewitched him and said, it's wise for you to leave the Heavenly Ghost sect. Not to mention that the Heavenly Ghost sect has already been breached by the Jin Dragon army. Even if it's not destroyed, its vitality will be greatly damaged. It can no longer support a big shot like you. Even if the Heavenly Ghost sect is unscathed, with your talent, you can only perform better in our Sky Demon cult.